not from Paris, from France, a junior here at Cal, studying international studies. Welcome to the show.
What?
Tell us about how you got here. How did you find Cal? Coach Montana recruit you? Tell us how you got here.
Well, I had back in France. I had someone looking for universities to come to America, and I got emails from Pablo here, and he convinced me to come here.
Did you know there were going to be so many international players?
No, not at all. Not at all. He told me that there was going to be one French girl as well on the team, but I didn't know we would have Russians, Romanians. I didn't know that at all.
Who, the other French girl is?
Lisa Santora.
Did you know her before you got here?
Not at all. Not at all. No. By coincidence, I knew her boyfriend back in France, but not her.
We're not going there. So you play number 4 here. In the singles, and you play number 2 doubles, and Coach Montana just said that you were changing doubles partners for the spring season. Let's talk about the singles first. What with such a strong lineup, is it hard to move up, or are you trying to move up in the lineup to play tougher competition during the season?
Yeah, it's really hard to move up. It's really hard to move up, and it's really easy to move down as well. So because we all have such equal levels, I would say we have different games with really close levels. So yeah, it's really tough, but it's also an advantage because it makes our team much stronger.
It gives you tougher players to practice against every day.
Yeah.
Your only 2 singles losses this year were to your teammate, Inga Tilligarian. One was in the ITA tournament, singles tournament, and the other was in the PSAC championship tournament in the fall. What's it like to play your partner in a real match, not just in practice, but in a real match? Is that tougher? Is it easier?
It's much tougher, and it's always hard to play your partner, like and they're your friends as well, so it's really hard to play a match like that. Me and Inga had 2 good matches, but Inga is just a really good player.
What is her strength of her game?
She's a power player. She is just powerful. You gotta run everywhere after her balls, and I had played a match against Nina just before I played her, and I was already tired too. And she's just powerful.
What's the strength of your game? What kind of game do you play?
I play more of I run a lot, and I'm more of a going forward player, going to the net, trying to shorten my points a little bit,
And what's the secret to getting a play set up so that you can get the net? You have to hit the spot, hit the ball in the right one of the other corners, so you can narrow down the angle of the shot.
And try to hit long, try to hit long so you can move forward to make your opponent move backwards.
Now, how about doubles? Same thing. Do you prefer playing at the net? Do you try and, in the middle of a point, will you try and switch with your partner so you can get to the net more? Or?
Maybe not switch, but go with her to the net. If she's already at the net, I'll try to join her at the net. Because in doubles, it's the same. Being aggressive in doubles would be one of the most important things to win a doubles match. The aggressive team will win.
Okay.
Most of the time, yeah.
One of the things you want to show us today is your volley. If you were teaching a young player, an elementary school player, some basic information about how to become a better tennis player, what kind of basic information would you give that player? And if you could show us.
About the volley?
Sure.
About the volley? Well, the basic thing, we'll just go for an easy grip right now, which would be just lining up your knuckles with your grip. And always having your racket in front and just opening up your racket. A volley is just all about here. Try not to go too much backwards. Just opening up and staying at the front.
Is it a hard follow-through, or do you just make sure you keep it in play?
No, it's going to depend. If your ball's going to be low, you're going to try having it follow through to bring it back over the net. But otherwise, if it's a finishing volley, the important point is going to be when you're going to hit the ball, when it's going to hit your racket. So just to have a like a quick stroke, yeah.
Okay. What other as you played in your first year here in the States in the Pennsylvania level of competition, you dealt with the weather, you've dealt with the travel. Have you ever had to deal with those kind of issues before?
No, yeah, a little bit in France. We have that too, yeah. We've traveled. I used to play with the team as well in France when I was a bit younger, and we traveled too. And yeah, when you're a tennis player, you get used to it.
So those weekend trips in the fall across the state to Bloomsburg and Millersville and wherever else you went there, that was just a good chance to catch up on your sleep?
Yeah.
And studying. Of course, you study.
Yeah, we study too. We study.
Okay. How about you and your team? We talked about you have 6 international players as in the starting lineup. One other from France, but several others from other literally parts of the world, Japan and other places. Do you guys get along well? Do you have any trouble communicating with each other?
No, not at all. We get along really well. We all have different levels of English, but somehow we manage to all communicate really well.
What kind of things do you do here in Cal to as social activities? You hang in the Tally Center or
yeah, we do that. We go play sports or go to the racquetballs. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're part of the international club too, all together, most of us. So we've been to Penguins games, we've been to Dave and Buster's. So yeah, we do all sorts of stuff.
For dinner, not anything else.
Yeah, not for dinner and playing games.
Well, that's great.